So how are you when it comes to hearing the word no? Friends, this is Pastor Mike from Fellowship Church. Always enjoy connecting with you midweek. Today is Valentine's Day, so hope you're having an opportunity to just share your love with some special people in your life. Hope you're enjoying this week as well. That thought for you again, how are you when it comes to hearing the word no? If I say the name Solomon to you, you may know a few things about that person in the Bible. Solomon was one of the sons of David. Interesting, the name Solomon comes from the same root word from which we get our word peace. That is the word shalom. Solomon, shalom, from the same root word. But Solomon's life was anything but peaceful. Oh, he was the son of David, all right, and he was the one whom God chose to build the temple. You may remember that from the Old Testament. Solomon was without a doubt one of the richest people in the Old Testament, and the Old Testament had some money bags, that's for sure, but Solomon out-earned them all. His house had a name. Does your house have a name? Really? His house was called the Palace of the Forest of Lebanon, because they practically used all the trees in Lebanon to build his house, the Palace of the Forest of Lebanon. It was said of Solomon that he had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horses. That's a lot of hay. He had 700 wives. 700 wives? That's 13 anniversaries every week. You think Valentine's Day was expensive for you? Imagine chocolate and strawberries and flowers for 700 women and 300 concubines as well. Concubines simply meaning women who were available to him, if you get my drift. That was Solomon's life. And some people must have looked at Solomon with all of the furnishings of his house and the riches that he owned and said, wow, Solomon's got it made. But there's a passage in the book of Ecclesiastes, which we normally attribute to Solomon as well, Ecclesiastes, where Solomon says, I denied myself nothing that my eyes desired. Let me say that again, that's important. I denied myself nothing that my eyes desired. What Solomon meant by that, I think, was that anytime he saw something in this world and thought to himself, I like that, Solomon said, well, if I like it, I want it. And if I want it, I'll have it. Why? Because I can't tell myself no. So over time, Solomon accumulated a lot of things in the world which he thought would bring value and meaning and peace into his life, but none of them did. If you read through the book of Ecclesiastes, it's really kind of depressing and discouraging. It's Solomon's book in which he says, hey, I got everything. I got it made. Everyone looks at me and says, we wish we had your life, and I wish you had my life too. I want to just give it away. Because after I accumulated everything that my eyes saw and desired, I discovered it was all just kind of meaningless. That word occurs over and over again in Ecclesiastes. It's all just meaningless. Hey friends, how are you when it comes to telling yourself no? Because Solomon never told himself no, and it eventually led him to the place where other people might have said, wow, dude, your life is awesome. And he said, no, not so much. Friends, I think there's value in the ability to tell yourself no. Here's something I've discovered. I believe that telling yourself no is a sign of both emotional and spiritual maturity. I've discovered, just in my interactions with people, that when people have the capacity to tell themselves no, that is, that looks good to me, but no, I won't take that. Or yes, I see that practice that others are involved in, but no, I won't do that for myself. Or no, I won't allow myself to think that way or desire those kinds of things. When people can tell themselves no and mean it, or when people can hear the word no from others, I believe that's a sign of emotional and spiritual maturity. How are you when it comes to hearing the word no, not only from other people, but from yourself as well? Because friends, when you can tell yourself no and mean it, that's a sign of not only emotional, but spiritual maturity as well. I hope you can tell yourself no every now and then. Friends, I hope that makes sense to you. It's the book of Ecclesiastes in your Bible. Go ahead and read that through some more. I think you'll enjoy it as I have. I hope you have a wonderful week. Please know that we love you and we pray for you. Take good care of yourselves. God bless. Bye-bye.